couple of 16-year-olds, and they come under orders now. Expect a cracking race that's got a full field of riders. The Ireland.ie 125 GP event gets underway.
Bradley Smith.
And that looked like Elkin that was making a massive mood up the inside there as well. Christian Elkin absolutely on a mission up the inside into turn one. How many places did he make up?
They sounded, looked like a swarm of bees, and he certainly made a plunge into the first turn there. I'm not sure where Christian Elkin ended up. But it looks like Bradley Smith is out in front, number 88.
So as they swarm through like a, well, bee's nest. Oh, there's a marshal that just fell over in the background. Sorry for watching the background, but there's a marshal that's tumbling away, trying to pick up bits and pieces on the track. There he is, and that's why. So, bike number 20, Michael Dunlop, if that's 20. That certainly looked like Michael Dunlop. So the visorshop.com entered Honda, and another yellow flag being waved here as well. Well, we did, oh, another one down, sliding out of the action and into the gravel trap. Well, that's what they're there for, I suppose.
Fortunately, he's okay.
It's Rob Guyver underneath. I was going to say 61 going right the way through. Rob Guyver on the www.sp125racing.com, sponsored by.
He's making that too often. Big ground on Bradley Smith there. He's carving his way through the field.
So Rob Guyver, the 20-year-old, goes through on the 14-year-old.
He's got so much pace in this opening lap. I can't believe how he's passing these guys.
Won't be too much for his own good if he carries on the way he's going at the moment. So as they blast up the hill, it's Rob Guyver now that leads.
Bradley Smith second. Looks like Dan Linfoot in third there.
It is. Linfoot in third. Christian Elkin was up to fifth place on the number one bike. There he is. You can just see him. The number one bike coming through now, the yellow bike. He made such a stonking first lap. I'll tell you what, Guyver was a good lap, but Elkin was even better. In fact, I don't think Elkin won this round last year.
Yeah, Dan Linfoot actually back in fifth. But this guy, Rob Guyver,
fifth here last year. Eugene Laverty, the guy who's moved up on the Red Bull rookie program into the Supersport Class 1 here last year. He was riding for Red Bull rookies again last year. Remember, their program is to move people up, and look at Elkin. I'll tell you what he can do without this guy getting away. Guyver is getting away at the moment, and that is going to make a major difference. So Rob Guyver out front. What's he going to be able?
Championship.
Yeah. What's he going to be able to do is the question from Raynham in Essex. So he's a bit of an Essex lad as well. He's a scooter fitter. He knows how to run them, doesn't he? Christian Elkin still in fourth place. He's the other guy that I'm keeping an eye out for. Red Bull rookie moving through there as well. That was Chris Jones, the other 14-year-old on bike number 9. Christian Jones in 9th place behind Ashley Beach. Bike number 5 is Beach.
Ashley Beach. That's one of Robin Appleyard's rider. Big talent.
We spoke to Robin Appleyard, obviously a 125 Grand Prix rider himself. Spoke to him at the top of the show. An advocate of 125 racing. He started the Red Bull Rookies program, or he ran it for Red Bull in the first 2 years of their program before it moved almost in-house at Honda. Christian Elkin still fourth, but closing now. Guyver still leads. Rob Guyver still leads on bike 61. Then it's 88. Is it? Yes, still. Dear me, can't believe how our monitors tripped the way they did. Look at Elkin.
Christian Elkin trying to tuck it underneath. He is the elder statesman of this race, but he's still over 24.
Bradley Smith, though, bike 88. Elkin looking for a run if he can on James Westmoreland, the pole sitter. Westmoreland not yet. Showing the pace. Dear me, every which way, every line. Of course, these things... 125 racing is about being as precise as you can be, to carry the corner speed so that you carry that. Oh dear me, finds, well, Elkin made a mistake, left a cigarette paper of a gap, and through has gone Linfoot. Linfoot on the 99 bike just zapped through on Elkin.
Yeah, Dan Linfoot second in the championship, a couple of podiums already this season, and looking for another one here.
16-year-old Dan Linfoot on the M4 Racing Honda. In fact, the majority of these bikes...
Here goes Elkin.
Has he? Yes.
Yes. Just he had one stab and then
hold
another.
Your breath for a moment there.
If you're not letting me through, I'm going to jam it in even further. The great thing about these bikes, because they're little and they can change direction really quickly, these guys can have any line into any corner and alter it once they get in there. They're really nimble and easy to flick around. 74 kilos, that's what they weigh.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? The amount of weight that they've got to carry, some of these guys. They're so small. They've got, it's helmet, leathers, boots, bike, everything on the bike has a minimum weight. The whole package has a minimum weight. And that's why James Webb's younger brother, Danny Webb, isn't riding. He has to add 22 kilos to his overall weight to actually make it. Well, that's half of what my missus weighs.
He needs to take a pillion passenger.
Well, it would be the same as.
In this class, the power just makes, the weight makes such a difference. The power to weight ratio is so important. And if you've got a really young, little light rider on there, the bike has twice the horsepower.
Still, Rob Guyver out front at the moment. He is absolutely cleared off. He's got the fastest lap as well, 1:46.6, I think that is. 1:47.7 was the lap record by Michael Wilcox. So that's gone by a million miles. No jump starts, we're told, as well. So none of these guys jump the start. So the racing you see is the result you get.
Rob Guyver away at the front, but there's a six-way battle for the second spot on the podium here.
Bradley Smith still on bike 88 in second place. James Westmoreland on bike number 3 behind him. And Bradley Smith and James Westmoreland both tuned by KRP, Keen Race Prep. So still knows how to tune a motorbike, old Roger.
He still does.
Christian Elking on the number 1 bike in third place behind Westmoreland, but he's under a lot of pressure from Linfoot on bike 99 and Weston on bike number 4. So Chris Weston, he's one of the old boys out there, 22 years old on bike number 4.
Christian Elkin looking for a way around the outside there.
Well, he's got to watch out, because
James
otherwise,
Westmoreland.
yeah, he'll have Linfoot through on him if he...
But that's it, you just leave the tiniest of the gap and someone else will be through.
We're only on lap 4 of the 12. James Westmoreland, well, that was his 3rd pole of the year that he set up, and he'd just come back from Albacete. Wow, that's a bit of grass tracking. No, that was 88. Was that
Bradley Smith?
I think that might have been Bradley Smith.
It was, yeah.
It was Bradley Smith. It looked like his colour scheme. So Bradley Smith, a youngster, taking a right old grass tracking expedition. Do you know, he just finished 10th in the Spanish round. He's part of the Alberto Puig Dorna Academy
that is
kids.
A fair result there. These guys go quick in Spain.
He qualified in 6th place. That's a result. 2nd row of the grid in the Spanish Championship.
We need to have him a wildcard ride at British Grand Prix at Donington.
Yeah, Dan Linfoot in 4th place as well. I've been trying to pick up loads of information. He's on the 2000 GP bike of Leon Camier. What Camier uses the wet bike, believe it or not, or what he classes his wet bike. So he's not even on his number 1. He's on the old one that they had in the corner of the garage for using in the rain. You're impressed, aren't you?
I'm impressed with your information astounds me. It never fails to amaze me.
All thanks to Fred Clark, I can tell you.
And I believe you.
Like my dad wouldn't.
Christian Elkin, though, he's sitting there, he's keeping it steady, he's having a look. He's now up to 3rd now. He's got a stronger 3rd position. Bit of a gap by 125 standards, and he's just trying to home in there. And James Westmoreland.
A thought too for Jenny Tinmouth. You saw Jenny and Lisa Thorne. Jenny Tinmouth is injured. She had an off yesterday and stretched a tendon in her hand and can't ride today. And Lisa Thorne had a bit of a struggle on the Yamaha to make it work for her around here at Mondello Park and didn't qualify. But Jenny Tinmouth, I thought we were going to be introducing our first ladies of the year, but sadly we haven't had a chance.
That's some good rides last year from the girls.
They did as well, Brands Hatch in particular.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah.
Guyver still leads, 61 is Guyver, he's gone through. James Westmoreland, the pole sitter on bike number 3, still in 2nd place. Number 1, Christian Elkin, the series leader, is still there in 3rd place. Dan Linfoot on bike 99 is still in 4th place. And number 4, Chris Weston, is still there in 5th place at the moment. 3 is Westmoreland, under pressure from Elkin. Elkin, well, that was a hell of a line, I have to say. That's what's known as the T-bone line.
It certainly is.
Jam it straight in the side of the rider in front of you.
Rob Guyver really has got Mondello Park sus. Leading the race and pulling away. His lap times consistently in the 46s, and the other guys are in the low to mid 47s.
Makes you wonder if the 20-year-old just has that fraction more experience to have set his motorcycle up for race pace rather than qualifying, and has managed to work on stringing the laps together. Because certainly he didn't look as quick as that in qualifying. Well, I suppose he did. He wasn't much off the pace. Well, 1:47.3 compared with, in fact, 1:46.3 compared with 1:45.8. So 0.2 of a second off James Westmoreland's pole time. But obviously his race pace was perfect.
Yeah, if you're losing 2/10 a lap, though, it soon amounts to a big gap.
It's a bit of a shame, really, because I mean, this happened last year, when we covered the 125 race last year. Eugene Laverty absolutely cleared off and won it by 3 seconds. And this year, we're getting exactly the same situation, whereas with 125s, normally...
Traditionally.
Yeah, you've got 6 guys all joined at the hip.
Well, I think when you've got long straights, it certainly helps, because they can slipstream each other and they can pull the gap back. The tight, twisted tracks tend to spread them out more.
I'll tell you what, 99 Dan Linfoot is either going to get Christian Elkin out of the way in a moment, the number 1 bike, Christian Elkin. But Dan Linfoot on the 99 bike has looked really, really good.
Well, Christian Elkin's stronger at the beginning of this race, and maybe it's fitness, maybe his injuries are coming into play now. He certainly has. It looks like Westmoreland down the inside there. Sorry, it was Dan Linfoot.
Dan Linfoot down the inside of Christian Elkin. Elkin repays the compliment as we go to the... Hey, that's going to be tight. Elkin back into what seems to be his traditional 3rd place at this moment, but he's under a load of pressure too from the 4 Chris Weston bike. Still at the back, bringing up the rear of that bunch, 88 Bradley Smith, having had a bit of an off onto the grass a fraction earlier in the race. Will he close down for Chris Weston?
Oh, these guys are swapping places by the corner
all
here.
Over. Oh, that's a great ride there. Really, Christian Elkin kept it on the tight line, while on the wide line was Linfoot. Linfoot looking for I think the line that drives better onto the straight.
It does, but it's a little bit dirty out there. Certainly on Friday, there's a lot of dust blowing around the track, and when you're off, being online cleans the track up, but when you get wide there, it's a little bit of rubber, a little bit of sand, a little bit of dirt.
Well, the other thing I think we ought to mention about the 125 races generally is they don't have any money. Very, very little money in this class. It's all personal money spent. Rod Guyver, the guy leading this at the moment, well, he works as a scooter fitter, you heard me say that earlier on, and uses all his family cash to fund his racing. It's his money that he's putting in there. He's sponsored by Automech Services and Thompson Motors, but really that'll be small potatoes for what it takes to actually run this whole team. Yeah,
but it's the cheapest class in the championship to compete in, but that's not cheap, and if you want the best kit, you have to spend a bit of money. These guys you could be spending up to 50 grand a year just on a season.
Interestingly, that's a Steve Patrickson bike he's running as well. Steve Patrickson, of course, 125 rider of note.
Top Grand Prix rider.
Indeed, so Steve Patrickson, give him a name check, that's for sure. It's the bike's built by him and it was run by him previously, so it's a fairly old motorcycle now.
Doesn't seem so long ago when Steve Patrickson was a young kid in a 125 working his way up through the ranks.
Well, Rob Guyver is that man that's doing it now. He's only 20 years old. Westmoreland still in 2nd place, Dan Linfoot in 3rd place, but getting the drift. Christian Elkin, the series leader, in 4th place. Chris Weston in 5th place, and Bradley Smith, after that excursion onto the grass, in 6th. Clark, Beach, Jones, Webb, Morrison, Wilcox, the previous lap record holder, back there in 12th place at the moment. Wonderful Wilcox. It surprises me somewhat that he's right back there on the Slim Racing Honda. He usually knows his way around here perfectly. Lap 8 of 12, we're on. Rob Guyver still has the fastest lap, 1 minute 46.613. It is a new lap record by a long way. That was on lap 3, so Guyver finding it very, very easy out front at the moment on the KRP tuned sunnybeachvillas.com sponsored Honda. 16 years, sorry, what am I talking about? It was Rob Guyver. He's on the www.sp125racing.com sponsored Honda. I was thinking of James Westmoreland, the pole sitter.
Guyver 2nd in the championship. This is going to do no harm at all. Just pull some points back on Christian Elkin.
Well, this will be his 1st race win of the year as well, Rob Guyver. Just looking to see what happened to him last year, actually, here at this particular race meeting, but memory isn't helping me any.
He is so strong. I can't believe he's pacing the 1st lap. He just carved past everyone in front of him. He's doing one a corner.
Rob Guyver finished 5th last year. Looking for his fastest lap of the race was 1:48.5, so he's 2 seconds a lap quicker. Linfoot's just put in the fastest lap. A new lap record goes to Dan Linfoot on the 99 bike, 1:46.3 on lap 8. So Linfoot in 3rd place at the moment is the quickest man around Mondello Park. There he is, the 99 bike goes through. So Dan Linfoot on the M4 Racing Honda, 16 years old. He's in the Academy Cup class in this race meeting, despite the fact he's going so quick.
And he's third in the championship proper.
I know, it's hard to follow, isn't it, really, when you have to look at all these Cup ones. Ashley Beach leads the Cup points. Dan Linfoot is only second in that, but he's going to go to the front of it at the moment. He has 63 points in the Academy Cup and 49 points in the 125 GP Championship proper, the British Championship proper. So slightly confusing for those of you at home, but normally, because of the difference between the Cup riders and the main championship riders is so huge, we don't usually have trouble actually making the distinction, but this lot are all mixed together.
Well, some of that is down to budget in the bigger classes.
Well, I'm sure.
The amount of budget you've got, but here the bikes are very similar, and the riders, the young riders in particular, are very strong.
So lap 9 and 12, Linfoot is the quickest. There he is, 99, Dan Linfoot.
Looking good for a second position here.
Still it is Rob Guyver that leads on the 61 bike by 3.765 seconds. James Westmoreland has just put in his fastest lap of the race on that last lap as well, worth noting.
That was one stormy lap Dan Linfoot put in on the last lap. Just have to keep your eye on him this time. Just going over the line now.
Just a bit of a distinction for you at home, of course, if you're not a regular watcher, the Cup racers have yellow-backed number plates. So these two, if you're wondering why they've got yellow-backed number plates, that's because they are the Academy Cup racers. That's a separate championship altogether from the main British 125 GP Championship. But as you can see, the Cup boys just as quick as the top boys.
Dan Linfoot's just put in another fastest lap.
He has 1:46.334 on lap 9. He was just a couple of hundredths quicker than he was on lap 8. Incredible consistency.
Bit between his teeth.
1:46.8 was Guyver's last lap. So, well, with a 3.4 second lead over Westmoreland.
James Westmoreland having a look round there is not what he wanted to see.
Number 3, James Westmoreland, is being closed down by 99 Dan Linfoot. Christian Elkin on the number 1 bike, still in 4th place. Bradley Smith on the 88 bike, still in 5th place. Chris Weston on the number 4 bike in 6th place.
See Dan Linfoot there, stronger on the brakes, just grabbing a little bit of time. He's right on the back of Westmoreland's wheel now.
15, Brian Clark in 7th place. Ashley Beach in 8th place. Chris Jones in 9th place. And then James Webb on the 23 bike in 10th place. That rounds out your top 10. Wow, what a battle for second place. Lap 10 of 12. These two Academy Cup guys absolutely joined at the hip. James Westmoreland, he was your pole sitter. James Westmoreland, just 16 years old, versus the 99 bike of Dan Linfoot. He too, 16 years old.
Christian Elkin back there in 4th place. I would imagine not too disappointing. He says he would have liked to have fought for a podium position today, but 4th place is the next best thing.
Really? I'd like to see somebody have said that to you when you were racing, Mr. Mackenzie. You'd spat your dummy about that, probably. Not about the position, but certainly about the comment.
Yeah.
Christian Elkin still on the number 1 bike.
It's nearly as good as Neil Tuxworth telling us we've got a birthday once a year.
Well, he might have. Mine's every other year now. Bradley Smith is the quickest man out on the track. Bradley Smith on the 88 bike has gone quickest. So Bradley Smith, well, we are really in for it. It's great, isn't it? 14 years old, Bradley Smith, on the KRP tuned sunnybeachvillas.com bike. Bradley Smith, teammates to James Westmoreland. Sorry, John.
Would you like to?
That would have been the way forward, definitely, because you know, they're reasonably cheap to run in racing costs, and you know, you do learn a lot, and the bikes aren't really that vicious, so you know, you can learn the trade relatively safely.
Wow. Judging by the amount of offs they've had over the last few weeks, I don't know whether 125 racing is exactly the place to be, but I suppose I'd rather have a 125 land on me than one of your superbikes. Thank you very much, JR. Still leading Rob Guyver by 3.4 seconds from James Westmoreland in 2nd place on bike number 3, 99. Danny Linfoot is there in 3rd place. Christian Elkin on bike number 1 is in 4th place. This is the battle for 2nd place, if you like. In fact, it's the 99 bike that's in front, Dan Linfoot from Westmoreland.
Bradley Smith, fastest lap of the race.
Number 53 has retired into pit lane. That is Carl Kentish on the X2 Racing Honda. For those of you at home keeping a bit of an eye out. But still, Bradley Smith on lap 10 was the fastest lapper. He's on the 88 bike, but we're looking at the man in second place at the moment, Dan Linfoot. 3 seconds adrift of the race leader, but certainly looked like he had a bit of pace in hand over number 3, James Westmoreland. And now, on this opening lap, on this closing lap, he's just pulled out the distance that he needs to make so there's no opportunistic move up the inside at the last braking point, which is, of course, the last corner at Dunlop on this Mondello racetrack. Guyver well out front now. Linfoot safe in second place, barring any kind of mistake. Third, James Westmoreland, but he's still got Christian Elking, who is, well, far enough. Well, in fact, Bradley Smith has got alongside Christian Elkin. Elkin better watch out because he might be losing fourth place in a moment.
Ooh, bit of a moment there through that double right. Christian Elkin trying hard.
And that will lose his run, about 125 racing.
Really
Here we look at Guyver. Guyver is your race leader. Rob Guyver it is on the www.sp125racing.com sponsored Honda. In boring blue, but there's nothing boring about him because the 61 bike has not put a foot wrong anywhere around this racetrack. He's looked absolutely superb. He broke the lap record as he moved forward in his quest to win here at Mondello Park. He's eased the pace. He'll lose the fact that the lap record has gone to Bradley Smith. But over the line he comes in a fine win, second place, and that was a great ride. We've just seen the 125 British Championship race, which replaced the Virgin Mobile Cup for this week only. Rob Guyver, the 20-year-old from Essex, an absolutely dominant form there. 1.8 seconds in front of Dan Linfoot, who got the new lap record around Mondello Park for the 125s with that second place charge. James Westmoreland, the pole sitter, ending up in third place. Christian Elkin, the series leader, in fourth. Bradley Smith, Chris Weston, Brian Clark.